Hi, I'm Stephanie Laska. I lost 140 pounds and created Dirty Lazy Keto. Thanks for joining me here on the YouTube channel. Be sure to subscribe and enjoy the show. Surprising keto diet foods for weight loss. Surprising. Ooh, I like surprises. So what are some of the surprising keto diet foods for weight loss? I want to share with you some of my favorites today. Maybe some things you haven't thought of or that you just might need a little reminder about, right? So I've got 10 of them. But before we start and I get into my surprising keto diet foods for weight loss, I want to spin the wheel because we're going to give away a prize. We love prizes. And you get eligible for a prize just by participating in the comments. The more you chat, the more likely you are to win a prize. And today's prize will be a Dirty Lazy Keto pot holder. I'm reaching over here. Here we go. It is so cute. It is heavy duty, very good quality. It's a Dirty Lazy Keto custom red pot holder that you can use in your kitchen. And every time you pull out like a pizza crust made out of chicken or a casserole with lots of cheese, but no noodles, you'll see that Dirty Lazy Keto and then you'll be proud of yourself and go, yeah. So if you want to participate in the comments as much as you can, chit chat, and you can even just get started, get warmed up by giving the video a thumbs up. That way I know you're out there and I might be picking you to win a prize. And I come back to it. So it's not just one person that wins. I let somebody win and then I wait for a whole bunch more comments and then I'll come back and pick somebody else. So I like to keep you on your toes. So keep participating no matter when it is that you're watching. Right? That way it's fun for everybody. Okay. So I mentioned we're going to be doing some of our surprising, very surprising keto foods for weight loss. And today I'm going to be sharing 10 of them. Do the numbers go the right way here? Because sometimes I put them backwards. I got the camera. So tell me, are the numbers going the right way? Put that in the comments for me. Let me know. We're going to be talking about 10 foods. And I think you'll be excited because I've got lots of show and tell. We'll keep you kind of interested that way. And these might be foods that you forgot about, you didn't know existed, or maybe you got some misinformation about it. Huh, interesting, right? So the first one I want to talk about is, what does this make you think of? Like a cow, right? So many of us, I think when we start the keto diet and we're trying to lose weight, I think there's a misinformation out there about milk, right? You think, oh, I can never have milk again. It's so sad. You know, milk and cereal is gone forever. Have any of you had that experience? But the truth is, there are options available for you. For example, here's one of my favorites. I get this at Walmart, but you can buy it whatever local grocery store you have. And this is just unsweetened almond milk. And it has 1 gram of net carbs per 1 cup serving. That is a lot, right? And that's a big difference compared to cow's milk, which has lactose as the sweetener. That's the carbohydrate source. And lactose is full of carbs. So we don't want that. I mean, even though it's lactose, it's not, sugar per se. It is still a carb that gets a lot of high numbers, even if it's low fat or 2% or vitamin D or whole, all that stuff. If you take a look at that nutrition label and then you compare it to something, let's say an unsweetened almond milk, a non-dairy like milk alternative, you're going to find you're going to save a lot more carbs. So it's up to you how you spend your carbs. I know this is Dirty Lazy Keto after all, but I'm trying to give you some recommendations of things you might have forgotten about or didn't know about. So there's almond milk, right? There's cashew milk, there's soy milk, there's hemp milk, all sorts of different dairy milk alternatives. Why don't you in the comments say which type you like and why, if you wouldn't mind. If there's a brand you like and why, put that in the comments as well, because it's really helpful to hear product suggestions from your peer group, from fellow Dirty Lazy Keto dieters, and then they can get some tips. And if there's something you don't like, you can put that in the comments too. Be like, ooh, I tried, the blah, blah, blah silk organic soy milk and I didn't like it because of X. Now here, this one has 2 grams of net carbs per 1 cup. So that's a little bit different, right? But on a trade-off from getting the soy, you are getting more protein. This has 8 grams of protein in a cup compared to this other one I was showing you, which has a very sad, whopping 1 gram of protein per cup. So that's something to think about, right? But either way, you don't have to miss out. You can still, make a cereal like from one of the Dirty Lazy Keto cookbooks, or make a granola or something and still enjoy that flavor. So that was number 1. I know, isn't this fun? And we have 10 to go. We have 10 total, right? That was only 1. We're warmed up. I know you guys are always curious, like, what do you eat in a day, Stephanie? And I will link up a video for that next, if you're curious. You don't have to watch it. But people always like to know, do you really eat all this stuff? Yes, I do. This is what I eat. And even though I lost the 140 pounds, y'all have seen me in my before and after picture, these are the foods I continue to eat. I just eat a little bit more net carbs than I used to because I'm in maintenance mode. And you'll get there too, I promise. Food number 2. This might be a surprise for you. This might be a new food for a lot of you, but I'm going to recommend chia seeds. Give me a thumbs up. Give me a comment, a shout out if you have had the pleasure of enjoying chia seeds. Anyone? Put it in the comments. Chia seeds are hilarious. I don't really know what they are. Like, where do they come from? It's interesting, right? I don't know what the dealio is, but you can buy black chia seeds. You can buy white chia seeds, and they are amazing because just a little scoop here. A serving can range on the packages from 1 tablespoon to 2 tablespoons. Some packages will even say 2.5 tablespoons for a serving. But basically, you're looking at 0 grams of net carbs. There's so much fiber, and fiber is our friend, right? Fiber is good for you. When you combine chia seeds with either water, which is kind of boring, or some of our non-dairy, unsweetened, low-carb almond milk, hemp milk, cashew milk, whatever, it swells up and it makes the most fabulous pudding or cereal you've ever had in your life. You're like, no. Is anyone all, no? Is anyone like not believing me right now? Well, I promise you, it's true. In fact, I made a little pudding just to show you. Oh. Now, if I open this, I'm going to want to eat it. And then I'll get little chia seeds in my teeth. That would be embarrassing. So I will kind of just show you through the glass. You can see here. What I like to do is an overnight oats type of situation. You feel me? And let the chia seeds swell up and blossom and burst with all that flavor. And then it becomes thickened, more like a pudding. And in fact, does anyone miss rice pudding? I love rice pudding. I love it, love it, love it. I put a recipe in the newest cookbook, the Dirty Lazy Keto 5-ingredient cookbook. If you have your copy, turn to page 185. I bet you did not even see it. It is on page 185, but there's no picture. So it just went right by you. I know. But open up your copy, and it's called Best Attempt Rice Pudding. Okay? It's fantastic, and it's a recipe for rice pudding with, you guessed it, chia seeds. There's also a great recipe called, it's the worst name on the planet. It's in the first cookbook, and it's called, I think, Booga Seed Cereal. I know. What was I thinking? Why did I call it Booga Seed Cereal? But if you ever make recipes with chia seeds, you'll probably figure out why. I know. It's not pretty, but it does make a weird jam-like consistency. And I'm talking about the first cookbook, the Dirty Lazy Keto cookbook, the original one. There's 4. No repeats, okay? So anyway, that's 2 of our 10 ingredients that are all surprising, delicious, maybe new, maybe you just forgot about ingredients that you can use for weight loss on the keto diet. I know, we're doing good. We're doing good. We're doing good. I'm trying to go faster because I know you're in a hurry. Tip number 3 is peanut butter. You're like, what? Mm-hmm. Talking about peanut butter, people. You're all, we can have that on the keto diet? Is she crazy? No, I'm not crazy. You can have peanut butter. Yes, you can buy the no sugar added, low sugar, nut butter, blah, blah, blah. There's all types of variations. You're going to be just fine with any of them, really. Don't stress out. What I do is just use the same stuff my kids use because I'm kind of lazy. That's Dirty Lazy Keto, right? And I just have a little bit. But if you have portion control issues, which a lot of us do when it comes to peanut butter and other deliciousness, I recommend getting your peanut butter or nut butter in maybe a smaller portion control size situation. This one I get at the dollar store, 3 for $1. This one I steal from hotels because I'm classy when I spend the night. I don't know where you could buy these at the grocery store, but these are even better because these are 1 tablespoon. These are 2 tablespoons. And they're not so bad, you know. That way you can have your celery, which is good for you, all that fiber and fabulousness. And then you can have a little num-nums on top. So give that a try. Don't panic. Just count the carbs. I'm not saying it's a freebie, but, you know, if you can eat some celery, like a whole bunch of celery, and do so with a little peanut butter on top, I think it's worth it. It's a good carb spend. It's got protein in it, too. Peanuts are good for you. Here's another peanut butter product I love. And I don't talk about this enough, but this is powdered peanut butter. I know, you're like, what? What is powdered peanut butter? This is a thing. I know. I bought this on Amazon. I recently had to buy another one because I ate the whole thing. Yes, I did. And this has 2 grams of net carbs per 2 tablespoon serving. Pretty amazing if you ask me. And I just mix this with oil, a little vinegar, some Splenda or whatever sweetener I have on hand. And it's amazing. You make yourself your own peanut butter. How cool is that? And hello, you get this giant container for a cheap price. So give that a try. Highly recommend. That's product number 3. You like that one? Tell me if you have a surprising product you'd like to share, because we want to win a prize, right? Oh, where'd it go? Remember our spinner? We're going after the pot holder today. So if you want to win a prize, make sure you're participating. But tell me a product that either surprised you or you forgot about with the keto diet for weight loss, or just a product you really like. Feel free to share that in the comments and get your little entry in ting, ting, ting every time you participate. More chances are to win, plus you're helping other people. Tip number 4. It's summertime here in the Central Valley, and the tomatoes are starting to become ripened. And I think tomatoes have gotten a bad rap. Don't you think with the keto diet, people are all, you can't have tomatoes. They're too high in carbs. I mean, it's true that they're a nightshade and probably a fruit. I know they're a fruit. Really? A fruit? They are a fruit that you want to, monitor and not be buck wild and crazy with. If you're a salsa crazy lady like me, it's one you have to watch, but it's not one you have to avoid. So I think that's important. Just for your reference, a tomato, like a medium-sized tomato, this is a honker because, makes for a better show and tell. But a medium-sized tomato probably has around 3 to 4 grams of net carbs. That's not so bad. So what I do is instead of having like slices of tomato for a snack, which I might have done in the past with maybe cheese and, pesto, something yummy like that, brioche toast, of course. Instead of doing that, what I'll do with my tomatoes now is just dice them up and put them on top of a salad, or do a whole bunch of basil with lettuce and then avocado and then a little bit of this on top, sprinkled. That way I'm still getting all that deliciousness, but without so many carbs that it made me fall out of ketosis. We don't want that. Isn't that fun? So what do you guys think about tomatoes? Yay? Are you a yay or a nay? Do you have to watch them? I know, who would have thought tomatoes would be like controversial, but they are, especially with the keto diet. People panic. I can't have a tomato. Yes, you can. Just have a little. Kind of like on that same line of thinking, let's talk about alcohol. Cheers. Cheers, anyone? So on Dirty Lazy Keto, this is dirty keto, I think alcohol is totally fine. And for example, one people forget about is champagne. Champagne's kind of fun, right? It's sparkly and fun and festive. And it's like 1 gram of net carb per serving. Now, granted, a serving is what? 4 ounces for a champagne or a wine? Not so much, but that's not so bad either. I think it's a good idea to choose champagne over, let's say, a Riesling or like a sweet dessert wine, because there's not as much sugar in the dry wines like champagne or something else that you might like. So what do you guys think about that one? Do you like that tip? That's number 4. We like that one. And notice my bottle's empty. It's already been consumed. Thank you. And this is like, must have been a fancy occasion, because otherwise I wouldn't have had such a fancy pants bottle. I always save it. Makes me feel good to look at it down the line. So that was tip number 5. We're going to go for 10. So we're halfway there. Another suggestion I have for you, and this is maybe one that surprises some people, is they'll say, we can have ranch salad dressing? Especially when you're new, right? People will say, seriously? I can have ranch? That's amazing. I don't think without ranch I would have survived when I first started losing weight on Dirty Lazy Keto. I lost 140 pounds. And during my journey, especially in the beginning, I would just kind of use the same foods over and over. And I remember one popular plate that I liked was like a giant salad with some strawberries and walnuts and feta cheese on top. And then I would put lots of ranch dressing. And I would just fill myself with salad after salad after salad. And plus, my kids love ranch dressing. So that worked out well for me. And it made me feel normal, like you're at a restaurant. You're at home. Ranch dressing. Who doesn't like ranch dressing? And you can get the little ones, right? Like steal them from restaurants or fast food places. And you can use it for like to go in the car, or if you're not so messy, you can do that in the car. I'll get it all over myself. But also at work. But it helps you, eat other vegetables, right? Like what could you have with ranch dressing? Come up with some ideas besides just lettuce and share in the comments. It could be celery. It could be zucchini spears. What else? Come up with some ideas. I think it's pretty surprising. Everything tastes better with ranch. Another one that's very popular with the Dirty Lazy Keto crowd is to argue about mayonnaise with the strict keto people. Am I lying or am I lying? People get really excited about mayonnaise. I don't know what it is, but there's a lot of fighting going on. People get all crazy, like, oh, you have to have, whatever the egg-free, blah, blah, blah. Do you see that a lot, right? Where people say, oh, it has to be egg-free. It has to be soybean oil-free. It has to be this, has to be that. I don't know. Does it really? Or can it just be the mayonnaise that's on sale? Or the mayonnaise that you like? I think you're fine either way. When it comes to salad dressing, if you like ranch, if you like mayonnaise, if you want to make it yourself, I think you're good. Don't let people judge you or question you because of your family's budget or taste. That's an essential part of Dirty Lazy Keto, because I'm always on a tight budget and I don't want people judging me. So you tell them I said that you can have whatever mayonnaise you want. Okay. Lately, it's funny. This is all under the same category of salad dressing, but until I was further along my journey, I had never really tried like the whole oil and vinegar route on my salads. Have you guys tried this? I really didn't. Like I'd be at salad bars and I'd see this, right, along next to the other dressings, the creamy ones. And I was like, who would want this? I don't know. I always thought it was weird. But now that I've tried it, I totally get it. It's delicious. I put a little oil and vinegar on a salad and it's yum yum. Or on any vegetable, really. And don't forget salt. You have to have salt on everything. It makes everything taste just a little bit better. If you can handle it and your health is okay with it, I think it's fine. So now we're coming up to number 7. This one's a good one too. Y'all get excited about this. Whipped cream. People are like, is she serious? You can have whipped cream and lose weight? That's a keto food? In my opinion, it is. I think whipped cream is fantastic. And you can buy the sugar-free kind, the heavy whipped cream, the light whipped cream, whatever whipped cream kind you want. I just stick to the serving size. Here it's 2 tablespoons. And it's going to be, I can't even see without my glasses. It's like 1 carb. Yep, 1 carb for 2 tablespoons. Hello, that's nothing. So go ahead and put a little poot on your pumpkin spice latte, which I have a recipe for and a video for. Or you could put a little poot on your sugar-free Jell-O. Make it fancy, or on top of your smoothie, right? And I got a video for that too. But why not? Live a little. Something else I like to do is, and this is also with the whipped cream, number 7, is use Cool Whip, especially if you need some ice cream, like quote unquote ice cream. Keep this in the freezer and 1 spoonful, you'll be like, I'm good. It's so creamy and fabulous. And it's low in carbs as well. Get the regular kind, not the sugar-free. Ironically, has more carbs than the regular. Pretty good, right? That's number 7. Are you thinking of some foods to share? Because I would like to hear your ideas. Put them in the comments. If you have a brand or a type of food or recommendation, please share it. Because the more ideas we can give to each other, then we'll all support these real retailers. We'll all support these products. And then the more normal it seems, right? We're not feeling like, oh, I'm so weird, I'm on a diet. No, you're not. You're having ranch, you're having whipped cream, you're having normal people food just like everybody else. Nobody is thinking, ooh, she's on a diet. No one's thinking that at all. Nobody. Moving a couple things around, making space. I always have so many fun show and tells for you. It keeps my life interesting. I'm constantly at the store like, oh, I'm going to buy that. That's a good video. People are going to want to know. But number 8, here's the thing about sugar. Oh, sugar. What? You should start it with sugar? But I want to just make a shout out to whatever sugar substitute, not sugar, whatever sugar substitute you like. So if you like Splenda, that's fine. Go ahead. Don't feel so, judged, even from the keto community. I mean, yes, you like monk fruit? Do it. You like allulose? Do it. You like, erythritol, natural stuff, stevia stuff, plant-based, chemical-based, you name it, sweet, low, you do you. I'm so tired of people being all judgy, like, oh, you have to, it's keto, and that's not keto. Get real. Don't listen to those people. Do you, do the one that you like, that you can afford, that tastes tolerable to you, that doesn't give you problems. Yeah? Because you got to be the one that eats this stuff and sticks with it. So pick a choice that you can live with. Now, as a little caveat, I take a deep dive into the sugar-free sweeteners. If you have your copy of Dirty Lazy Keto Get Started on page 73, I just want to point that out because in case you have specific questions, I'm going to direct you there. I talk about this in detail for a few pages with a chart and a little bit more tips and comparing and contrasting. So that's a resource for you. But in general, don't feel so dang judged. Do you, people? Do you? Now, yes, there is a variable amount when it comes to the net carbs in these products. And I do talk about that in the book. But I will make just one little tiny caveat before I move on about Splenda. Even though a packet might have 1 carb or less than 1 carb, how much is in a cup? Do you guys know? You should guess in the comments. How much is in a cup of Splenda? Like if you were doing baking, how many net carbs are in a cup? Do you know? The answer, I believe, is 22. I know. Which 22, when you compare that to a cup of real sugar, that's nothing. But I do want you to keep that in mind. Because sometimes when you make recipes, you're like, well, I'll just use the cheaper stuff. That's fine, but just know that there is a little bit more net carbs than if you were using the 0 net carb sweetener like a monk fruit or equivalent. So just keep that in mind. But it's up to you. There's no judgment. You do you. And then eating a whole cup of any of that stuff probably might cause trouble anyway. It's not like you have a whole cup at once, right? So keep that in mind. That's a controversial one, isn't it? We could just talk about that all day. But I'm going to move on to number 9. We're almost at our goal. Number 9, I want to talk about deli meats. Because people think, I didn't know I could have, let's say, a hot dog on a keto diet and lose weight. Yes, you can. This might surprise you. Do you have to have a hot dog? No, ma'am. No, you don't. Do you have to have bacon? No, you don't. But if you want to, you can. And you can even take fun little shortcuts by getting some of these products pre-cooked for you, pre-made. Like a rotisserie chicken, for example. Nothing bad with that, right? Get those at Costco. They cost like $4.50. I know. Isn't that amazing? Or you can buy your bacon or sausage or pre-cooked lunch meat frozen at Walmart, wherever you like to shop. I mean, what a deal. That is a good time saver, and it's going to still help you lose weight and make your food taste even better, but not take as much time to cook. So that's a score. I think so. Yes. You don't have to have any of these products, but I just want to ease your conscience. Ease your conscience and make you feel better. Like, okay, cool. No one's judging me if I want to have a hot dog once in a while or, a hamburger patty from fast food. Who cares? Do it. If it helps you stay on track, that's what matters. You don't have to be perfect. So number 10, I feel like I should sing an Italian song. When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie. How many of you miss spaghetti? Or the Italian category of foods, right? I know I do. Or did, until I discovered There are plenty of low-carb marinara sauces and recipes that you can make for all of those favorites, those high-carb favorites. You can still make them. You just use a product like maybe Hunt's no added sugar marinara sauce, pasta sauce, or you kind of make your own. Just get like a tomato sauce that's super low in carbs. Check the label, of course. Check them all. Compare. Find the best option that you have at your grocery store, and you can still enjoy that kind of deliciousness. I will make a shout out to also, I'll probably say it wrong. Somebody corrected me one time. What's it called, you guys? R-A-O? Rao's? Is that how you say it? I've been saying Rouse, and somebody was like, no, that's not it. So I think it's Rao's, but please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Add any other products that you haven't thought of, and celebrate the fact that we can still make and enjoy some Italian food and flavors. So that was our 10. I know that went so fast. And I bet you're all still curious about what this chia pudding looks like. It's still over here. But I want you to be feeling reassured. I know you can do this. You know, you can lose weight just like I did on Dirty Lazy Keto. You can do it while still enjoying all of these amazing, delicious foods that are healthy, that are good for you, that are delicious, make you feel fabulous and full, and make you feel, most importantly, like you're not missing out, like you're not somehow going without or being punished. I think that's a real critical part of why Dirty Lazy Keto works and helps people to lose weight. So if you're curious about more products, I want to tell you that there's a 16-page grocery list in your copy of Dirty Lazy Keto Get Started. That's not even the drinks, that's just food. And all of the foods that are itemized in the grocery list here, they all include serving size and net carb count. So the math has been done for you. So make sure you check your reference copy. You can get this book at the library or online. Make sure you get the revised and updated edition though. Don't get the teeny tiny one that I wrote like way back when I was first starting and self-published. You want to get the updated manual that's twice as big, that has 10 times the information. So make sure you get that one. And it's available on Amazon, your local library, walmart.com, target.com, wherever you like to shop for books online. Barnes & Noble, anywhere online. It's not in stores anymore. That changes as books come and go. But you can look for it online and it's available. So make sure you sign up for the mailing list if you haven't already, because I don't want you to feel alone. I think that's a big part of being successful on the keto diet, losing weight on Dirty Lazy Keto, is having someone to talk to you and cheer you along and coach you and get you excited and give you new product ideas, new recipe ideas. And that is going to be me for you. I'll be that person. I'll be your cheerleader. And sign up for the email at dirtylazyketo.com. I'm going to start saying it on every episode just so you can join. It's free. Hello. Free. And then you'll get emails from me pretty often with updated videos like this, ideas, recipes, tips, motivation, stories, interviews. You don't have to read it. You can just delete the email if you want. You can unsubscribe at any time. I don't sell people's information. It's just from me to you. And I think I've had, just to let you know, over 1 million people come to my website. 1 million. 1 million. More than 1 million. I just stopped counting. And on my mailing list, I've had upwards of 53,000 people at one time on my mailing list. And this is all free that I do for you. So know that DLK works. It works. It's flexible. It's easy to do. Normal food from everyday grocery stores. And you too can be celebrating and having your weight loss transformation. So give yourself a round of applause. Huge pat on the back. And then remember, next up, I'm going to link up a video for what I eat in a day. So you can look at all the weird foods and delicious foods and interesting foods that I eat in a full day. I'll link up that video after this. So give yourself a round of applause. Yay. Are you dancing? Are you dancing? Are you dancing?